I'm about to play this clip right here of Nick Fuentes going off, calling JD Vance the Matrix president. I'm not gonna lie, he might have a point. Take a look.
And it's time to just say it outright. Donald Trump is the Matrix president, okay? In 2016, Hillary Clinton was the Matrix candidate. In 2020, Joe Biden was the Matrix candidate. But in 2024, Donald Trump was. In 2024, Donald Trump was obviously the Matrix candidate. And why? Because after October 7th, that's who the Jews wanted. After October 7th, the Jews knew that the Republican Party, controlled by AIPAC, controlled by Israel, and with Trump in office, they were going to let Israel do whatever they wanted to do. They were going to give Israel everything they asked for, do everything Israel told them to do. And that's exactly what has happened so far. Critics of Israel getting their citizenship taken and being deported. Colombia having their Middle East Studies Department overseen by the Education Department to make sure it isn't critical of Israel. Hurricane relief, search and rescue missions being contingent on whether your city or town is involved in a boycott of Israel. We won't make a trade deal with Canada because they recognize a Palestinian state. It's clear, it's obvious, and the media's in on it. Silicon Valley, Wall Street, and the media are all in on it because Trump is their Matrix candidate. That's why CNN is friendly to them. That's why Silicon Valley gave him hundreds of millions of dollars. That's why Wall Street did. And Trump is just dispensing the favors. Corporate tax cuts for Wall Street, bombing Iran for Israel, AI regulation moratorium and investment for all the big tech and little tech companies. This is the story of the 2024 election. And here's the red pill that nobody's ready for. 2028, the Matrix candidate is going to be JD Vance. Say this and say it over and over again. Get it through your head. If you take away nothing else from this show, take away this. JD Vance is the Matrix candidate. They are going to push him so hard in 2028. You are not ready for how hard they are going to push him in 28. They've been pushing him hard up to this point. JD Vance, the creature created by Peter Thiel. JD Vance, they ordered Trump to nominate him. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and Tucker Carlson ordered Trump to pick JD Vance. And this guy has been groomed for the past 15 years to run the Republican Party by neocons and CIA spooks. The whole thing stinks. So people are on board with the criticism of Israel. They're on board with the fact that we're fighting their wars, that there's a genocide in Gaza. But the next step that people need to take is to realize that we live in a system that is controlled by one party. And they play the parties off of each other. They've done it forever. And this is what they did in this cycle. When Israel was under attack, they played into the right wing because they knew that the Republican Party would say things like, there's a Muslim takeover of America. Trump said he was going to bomb Iran. We're tough. So they leaned into the Republican cultural stuff. That's why Charlie Kirk says Islam is taking over America, because that kind of Islamophobic rhetoric plays well with the right wing. That's why they did it. There's no Muslim takeover of America. There's a Jewish takeover of America, obviously. What do you call it when most of Congress is paid by AIPAC? What do you call it when the biggest donors, like Miriam Adelson, are in the pocket of Israel? What do you call it when Mike Waltz, our national security advisor, is working for Netanyahu directly? They're talking about a Muslim takeover. It's a Jewish takeover. And the Republicans are involved in it just as much as the Democrats. And this is what they don't want you to hear. They want to play some games with this Israel stuff, but in the end, they want you to sit down, shut up, vote for Trump in the midterms, vote for Vance in 28, and they're going to give you every list under the sun to do it.
He does have a point. It did seem like the establishment wanted Hillary Clinton to be president in 2016 and Joe Biden in 2020. In 24, it seemed like a lot of mainstream media wanted Trump to win. Even CNN right now, who, back in 2016 hated Trump. Every day they were bashing Trump. And nowadays, if you look at CNN, they're praising Trump. I'm not even kidding. Did you see CNN praising Trump? They literally praised Trump for burying those certain files back a few months ago that came out. Take a look if you don't believe me. But it's absolutely insane how mainstream media now is praising Trump. Some people are saying because Trump is suing everybody like CBS. I don't know. I'm not fully sure. It does seem pretty suspicious how JD Vance is just ranking up. He came out of nowhere. Nobody knew who JD Vance was in COVID. Nobody knew who JD Vance was before 2020. It's pretty crazy how that all happened. Of course, I'm curious to hear your thoughts down below. Is JD Vance the Matrix president, or are we just looking way too into it? It is pretty shady. He changed his name legally like 3 times. The more you look into it, the weirder it gets, especially with him and Tucker Carlson. But I'll get onto that in another video. Let me know down below.